Okay, so we're talking about fractions, and a fraction is a number that names a part of a whole or part of a group. Okay, so a fraction isn't the whole thing. So you could eat a fraction of the cake, a fraction of your sandwich, you could do a fraction of your homework. And I like to have kids visualize in food because, especially candy and pizza is what we like the most. So if you look, Kit Kats work really good with fractions because it's equally divided into pieces. And here we have 4 different pieces, right? So that's the other thing. Fractions are equally divided. Here, this pizza is divided into 8 slices, right? The M&Ms, you'd have a bag of M&Ms, that would be the whole, and then these would be the pieces or the parts. A lot of times we use fractions when we're cooking, making macaroni and cheese or brownies. And we can use fractions on a number line if we're doing inches, feet, miles, when we're driving, when we're doing our walking, right? We might walk a half a mile or we might walk, 10.5 miles. So let's look at what fractions are composed of, okay? So if we look right here at this whole circle, that would be the whole thing. And it has 2 parts, right? Because they put a line right down the middle, so there's equal parts here. And so this circle has 2 equal parts, and each part is half of the whole. So this is 1 out of 2 pieces. This is 1 out of 2 pieces, right? So half is the unit fraction, is what we call, okay? And if you look here, we talk, oh, this is shaded, right? Half of this circle is shaded, right? So when we look at fractions, it doesn't look like a regular number, right? So 2 right here, the circle has 2 equal parts, right? 2 is a whole number, and we're used to those. If you notice that we're saying 1 out of 2 pieces, we have the fraction bar that goes in the middle, right? There's a number on top, which is called the numerator, and the number on the bottom, which is the denominator. And the denominator always tells you how many total pieces there are in the whole. Okay? So let's continue. We'll work a little more with this. So if you look at this, right, there are 2 pieces. 1, 2. So that's why this is 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2. So each part, this is a half, this is a half. So let's look over here. All right, if we were to look at just the circle, right, and we cut this circle into equal parts or equal pieces, right? So 1, 2, 3. So there's that denominator. That's our bottom number. And each part is part of the whole, right? If we didn't have this piece, it wouldn't be a whole. If we didn't have this piece, if you want to think of a puzzle, you need all of the pieces, right? So this is 1 out of 3 pieces. This is 1 out of 3 pieces, and this is 1 out of 3 pieces. So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So we're talking about thirds here because there's 3 total pieces, right? And it says the circle has how many equal parts? 3. So each part of the circle is 1/3 of the whole. And so if we look here, right, we have our 3 equal pieces. 1 part is shaded in. So 1/3 is shaded in. 1 part. Here, 2 parts are shaded in. So 2 out of the 3 are shaded in, or 2/3 are shaded in. Here, this part, and this part are shaded in. So 3 parts out of the 3 parts are shaded in. So 3/3, which is also equal to 1 whole. Okay? Put that equal sign there. Okay? Because a lot of times we don't say, oh, we ate 3/3 of the pizza. We'll say we ate the whole pizza. But really it is saying 3 out of 3. Okay, here, if we want to look, how many pieces is this pizza broken up into, right? 4 equal parts. So each part of the circle is 1/4. It's one piece out of 4. One piece out of 4, one piece out of 4, one piece out of 4. So 1/4 is a part of it, right? Each part is 1/4. 4 is the denominator. It's telling you the total number of pieces. And the numerator, we'll talk about that. All right, so it says each part of the circle is blank of the whole. So remember we talked about each part. So part, 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 part. Okay? So I want you to be thinking in your head. I gave you some choices. Okay? So 2/4, 1/4, 3/4, 4/6, 1/3. Okay? So let's think about what we said. We said that, okay, there's 4 pieces. So each part of the circle is what fraction of the whole? Well, we know that our fraction has to be in fourths, right? The denominator has to be in fourths. So we can kind of put this one can't be it, and this one can't be it. So here's our choices. So each part, right? Each part, take a minute. Which one do you think it would be? And 1/4, right? Each part is 1/4. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. That would make the whole. Now I'm asking you, what part of this circle is shaded? Okay, so let's look. How many of the parts are shaded? 1, 2, 3. So 3 parts are shaded out of 4. So 3/4 are shaded. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so again, we're looking at each part. Each part of the circle is what of the whole. So let's think, how many pieces is this broken up into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's broken up into 5 pieces, right? So this would be one piece, this would be a 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 piece. So out of this, take a guess. Sorry. It would be 1/5. All right. That is our unit fraction. Because each part, this is a fifth, this is 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. All right, now what part is shaded? So to be an active thinker, we're looking at all of these choices and we're saying, okay, is it 1/6, 2/3, 3/5, 3/4, 4/6, 1/3? And to be an active learner is to be thinking and have an answer in your head or written down, and then to see if you come up with the same answer that I come up with. So what part is shaded? What part of this circle is shaded? Well, 3/5 are shaded. Okay, so why? Because there's 5 total pieces, so that's our denominator, and 3 pieces are shaded in. Okay, so 3 out of 5 are shaded, 3/5. All right, let's look at another one. All right, each part of this circle is blank of the whole. So again, let's figure out how many pieces are total. So 1, 2, 3. And each part represents one of those parts, right? So what do you think this would be? So out of 1/6, 2/3, 1/5, 1/3, 3/4, 3/5, 4/6. Take a minute and think about what do you think the fraction is for each part? Okay. Remember how many pieces in each piece? Okay, did you say 1/3? Each part is 1/3 of the whole, right? 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. What part of this pie is shaded? So again, being an active learner, you're thinking about what part is shaded and how many are the whole. So come up with a fraction that you think it might be. 1/6, 2/3, 1/5, 3/4, 3/5, or 4/6. Take a minute, have something in your head, and the correct answer is 2/3. Because 2 out of the whole 3 are shaded in, right? 3 is the total amount we have, and they asked what part was shaded, so that's 2. Okay, and let's try this last one. Okay, so each part of the circle is blank of the whole. So first thing we got to do is figure out how many pieces are in our whole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 pieces to the whole. All right, and each piece is one piece of that whole. So take a minute, think about what fraction do you think it would be? Would it be 1/6, 2/3, 1/5, 3/4, 3/5, 4/6, or 1/3? And maybe you're sharing on your Jamboard, maybe you are writing it on a piece of paper, maybe you're writing it on a chalkboard, or you just have a number, a fraction in your head. So each part would be 1/6 of the whole, right? Because this would be one piece, one piece, one piece, one piece, one piece, one piece. And so that's 1/6. What part is shaded? So again, be thinking. Think about what should your denominator be? How many pieces are in this whole? Okay, and the whole is the white and the yellow. The whole pie, it's all of the pieces together. Okay, and if we think about what makes sense to you. So shaded could be what was eaten. Okay, so if this was a pie that had 6 pieces and the yellow is what's been eaten, think about how many pieces did you eat? How hungry were you? Okay, all right, so have a number, your fraction, it should be 4/6 because there's 6 total pieces and 4 are shaded. 4/6. Okay, so we will discuss a little more. Think about your total pieces, each part. Denominator, think about what denominator means. Okay, and we'll talk about it in a minute.